Right here we have a 30 horsepower Suzuki outboard. Now this is a pretty new outboard. I believe it's a 2020 or 21, 22, somewhere in there. In the past few years this was made, and we've got a fuel pump that has gone bad already. Now my understanding on these fuel pumps is they are a bit susceptible to water or other contaminants just because of the way they're designed, and this is a kind of a unique setup in that it doesn't have like a vapor separator tank like some of the bigger outboards do. So let's see what we've got to do to get this thing apart. Once we got the cowl off, it's begins looking like it's not going to be much fun because the fuel tank is behind the intake manifold. Now I'm hoping if I pull off the lower cowl, I can just sneak that fuel pump out through the bottom, but I don't know that that's going to happen. So let's get this cowl off and take a look. I think it's this. Why don't you take a look? Tell me what you think. Is it this? Yep, it's that. Well, that's not so bad. That's right there. And it looks like it just rubber mounts. That's kind of cool. Looks like we're going to need... how is that mounted? I think that whole thing is just rubber mounted. Man, that's wild. Pop off our connector there, and it's just got a whole mess of pinch clamps on it, and we do have a drain here, so maybe I should drain this into a jar. And I don't know if you'll be able to see it on camera or not, but right down here you can see right there, it's more clear. There's water in there. We do have to keep all these hoses straight so we don't end up with the wrong things going to the wrong places, but I think that is all that holds it in, is those rubber grommets. So we've got line on the bottom here and two on the top. I think they'll stay in place good enough that we can just disconnect them and then reinstall them. Yep, those two are going to stay in place. This one down here on the bottom is also fine. Let's just see if there was any water in this actual pump. Like there was gas in there. Well, let's replace this guy with our new one, see if that solves our no start problem, and if it does, we're going to disassemble this thing on the bench and see what we can find. Alright, here's our brand new pump. So link to this guy's in the description in case you've got one of these 30 horse or the other models that use this style pump and you've got fuel pump problems. You'll know that you're getting the right one. So let's put this thing together. Try again. I guess there's the answer. Yep. Fuel pump definitely works. And let's put our cowl back on. Alright, we've got our 30 horsepower Suzuki all back together. Let's go in the shop and pull that fuel pump apart, see if we can see why that thing wasn't working. Magnetic coil there. Is this a solenoid pump? Huh. So look at that. This is like a piston. I think this is a piston pump. This thing rotates. That is wild. I can't believe Suzuki uses a piston pump. Huh. Makes me wonder if this thing just got a little stuck. Sometimes these like inductive coil motors will just get stuck in their rotation. Yeah, see that just how that works? As it rotates, yeah, I can hold that really still. Well, that's pretty nifty. It is a swash plate piston fuel pump. But I don't see any rust or anything, so it's possible that this thing burnt up, or it otherwise failed. Well, there you have it. A piston fuel pump. Suzuki built these things in a way that should be very resilient. However, it seems like even just a little bit of water got down in there and seized something up. So whether you want to pull your fuel pump off, take it apart and see if there's some dirt or something that could be freed up or lubricated and maybe get your fuel pump working again, or you just want to replace it like we did in this video, you should be well equipped to handle that now. So, with that being said, that's pretty much everything we've got to show you on these little Suzuki fuel pumps. So, hopefully it was helpful to you, and thanks for watching.